Borderline personality disorder. I was walking down the street when I saw the prettiest thing on 2 feet. I stopped and said hi. She looked at me weird. I said, "Don't worry, I'm a nice guy." With a wink in her eye, I asked her if she'd like to go out sometime. When she responded, "Not in a million years." And I thought that didn't rhyme. That I am probably technically a virgin again. As most of you probably know, I have a sexy, healthy sex drive. I don't pursue any women though. I started wanting to stay at home and watch TV more than I wanted to go get laid. It became too much of a pain in the ass. Really, it all boils down to just becoming a pain in the ass. All of the stuff that I would have to go through and do in an attempt to get laid was just way too much work when I could just stay at home and take care of it myself. We live in the new modern age of equality, or attempted equality, where women and men are supposed to be viewed as being equals. I do believe that we have not reached that equality yet. We have a long ways to go. The stereotypical norms are just ingrained in us. They're ingrained in our societies very deeply. And it's those norms that we need to get away from. One of those being, one of the biggest ones, especially on the guy's side here, is that we have to initiate the dating process. It would be so much nicer if, in this aspect, in the dating aspect, if it was equal. If women and men both asked each other out equally. But it's not like that. It all falls on us poor guys. And believe it or not, ladies, we do fear rejection. Another society norm for men is that we are emotionless. We show very little emotion. Well, fear of rejection, that's an emotion, and we just aren't capable of it. We are so thick-skinned that you saying no to a date to us just does not faze us. And we're such pigs that it doesn't matter because we just ask out every girl we see in hopes that one will say yes. Now that is true. We do ask almost every girl out that we see. And the reason why is because we have to initiate the dating process. And we have no idea if a girl likes us or not. It's another thing my female friends have told me about how they will give guys cues that they want him to ask them out. And they feel that that makes it equal because they give the guy a cue. And I'll ask them what their cue is. And it'll be something that I would never pick up on in a million years. Said that women will point their vaginas at you when they like you. But I can't go around looking at every woman's vagina to try to see if she wants me to ask her out. I love you, I do. You're my bestest friend in the whole world, and that one sucks. It is better than if I ask you out and you look at me and say something like, "I would never date a guy like you." There's also the ever popular, "Why don't you come back when you've grown up?" The very first rejection I ever got, where I asked this girl out, she looked at me with shock and horror. Then mumbled out, "But you got a creepy, rapey, pervy face," and literally ran away from me. That hurt. That didn't make me feel good. The laugh, where nothing is said whatsoever. It's just laughter. I've walked up to you. I've asked you if you would like me to buy you some food and stuff in an attempt to get laid. And your response is just to laugh at me. As if what I have said is the funniest thing you have ever heard in your entire life. Just tears are streaming from your eyes. You are laughing so hard. You can't breathe. You may even start snorting. You're laughing so hard, so now you're just crying and snorting. Here I am standing there like wondering, what the why? What is so wrong with me that would your response would be such hilarious laughter? Why is it that fucking funny that I wanted to get to know you and take you out? I do believe this is one of the reasons that I just decided not to bother anymore. For every yes that a guy gets, we have gotten probably 100 to 200 no's. There are those guys out there that have naturally great looks and they've got the biggest, fattest wallet. Those guys don't have a problem. You run into your average guys like me, has this teeny tiny little itty bitty wallet, and get a lot of no's. And a lot of those no's are very harsh, hurtful no's. I start judging every female based on the females that I've had interactions with. And the females I've had interactions with have just been mean and vicious. So you tell me why I would want to continue to play that game. And I never get a boost back up. You know, it's rejection, 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 rejection. But since girls don't ever ask guys out, I never get a girl coming up to me and asking me out. I would have a heart attack. Not only does a guy start to not like women, they also start to not like themselves because every woman's rejecting them. I have to believe that women aren't naturally just evil. So you want to let a guy down nice, right? So you try to let him down nice. And because you were so nice about it, then he's still coming up to you and asking you out. So eventually you probably do get rude because he's not getting the point. Also, you can't just go to the store and buy some damn eggs and go home. Because every guy that you come across is going to be all asking you out. And I'm sure every guy has the same corny, stupid pickup lines. And you just hear it constantly. You're bombarded with it. And yeah, it probably gets annoying. And you probably start getting jaded yourself to a point where you are just desensitized to it. You stop really giving a about the guy because it's just every guy's doing it. And it's just like, ugh, can you leave me alone? I just want to buy some eggs. In a perfect world, men and women would ask each other out equally. Whoa! Because guys wouldn't be so desperate to have to ask every girl out if they knew that a girl might ask them out if they were interested. But since we don't know, we have to ask every girl out because that could be the one that would say yes. And then women wouldn't be harassed by guys so much because there would be some power in their end to be able to be the ones to ask out. I just think that would be better, and I think we should adopt that, my personal opinion. Another society norm is that on a date, I have to pay for everything. And okay, so I have to do the initial asking you out, right? So I ask you out. Finally, after 100 women or so rejecting me meanly, I finally get, you're the lucky girl that says yes. Now that I've gotten the date, I have to plan the date. I'm going to get no input whatsoever. It's all on me, and I better damn well hope that you have a damn good time. Because I am trying to get laid. That's what I want. I am looking for sex, and you have all the sex power. I've also got all the competition because you could have any guy. All you have to do is step outside. A guy's going to ask you out. So you have had probably more dates than I've had. So here I am, inexperienced, don't really know, no input from you. I got to plan the date, plus I got to pay for the date. You know, I'm going to try to go big because that's what I think that you're going to like. I don't know, Netflix and chill is not a good date. So I got to try to come up with something that's just going to be amazing. Well, amazing is usually expensive. And there's no guarantee that I'm going to get what I'm after at the end of the day, because society believes that that's what we got to do. So I'm still shelling out money no matter what. And you're not going to tell me if I'm going to get it or not. I could be wrong here, but I believe that women know within the first 30 seconds if they're going to sleep with you. And then it's just all a game after that. That's my personal belief. I also believe that before even going out on that first date, the woman knows if she's going to let you sleep with her or not. This would be the greatest opportunity for a woman to let you know if she's not going to sleep with you that you don't need to spend a lot of money. Then maybe you can just go to McDonald's or something. If you tell the guy that, then you probably won't get the nice date and the meal and whatever. So I could be wrong, but I think that is how it works out. But let's say that's not true, right? And let's say I'm not such a chauvinist that I really, really, really want to get to know you. But no guy ever really, really wants to get to know you. I'm going to be honest with you, ladies. Men are attracted to you. It is in our DNA. We want sex. That's what we're after. Now, if the sex is great and we get the sex, then, well, it's such a pain in the ass to try to date that we'll probably marry you and whatnot. See, this is where it's all set up weird too, right? Because since there's not the 50-50 with the asking out, and guys have none of the sex power, it makes us like desperate for sex. I think that's why men and sex go like that's all that women think that we think about it, because we have no power with it. You have all the power. It's not very often that a girl is just really wanting some dick and chasing a guy down just to get some dick. How dare a guy think that a woman would want sex? That is such bullshit. I know for a fact how much. I know women are more of a sex fiends than guys. I know that. Back in high school and stuff, I used to think that being the nice guy would get me what I needed, would get me laid, because I didn't want to like take the courage to ask a girl out and get rejected. I have borderline. I don't like rejection. So no, I'd just be her best friend, and I would help her. I would help her plan her what she was going to wear for the guy she was going to go screw that night. And then I'd get to hear all about how they screwed. And then when they would get into a fight, I'd get to hear about how much of a bastard he was. And she would cry on my shoulder, and I'd be there for her until he came back. And then, well, she'd be off with him again. I don't blame the women for doing that. That was my fault for putting myself in that position. I stopped being that nice guy a long time ago. During my time of being a girl's best friend, I realized what sex fiends women are. So why is we all pretend like they're not? It would just be better if we're all up front. If we go out to dinner, you pay for your half of the dinner, I pay for my half of the dinner. If we go bowling or to the movies or anything that we decide to do, that I don't have to pay for all of it. Because then there is no expectation of sex at the end. Now, am I saying that a woman must have sex with a guy if the guy takes her out? Hell no, that's not what I'm saying. And then for some reason you shut him down at the end of the night. And when that happens, we wonder why we didn't get shut down till the end of the night. Why chemistry was great, everything was going good, but then all of a sudden you back off and get weird, and it makes us feel like maybe that happened because, well, we're paying for the date. It makes us believe that we got used for money. See, a woman can decide not to have sex with a guy that spent a bunch of money on the date and nobody thinks anything of it. And if the guy says anything, then he's just a sex fiend. A guy can't say, this chick said she wanted to go here, here, here. I spent like $300 on this date. She was using me for the date. No guy can say that the woman was using him for money. And do I think either one of these is true? No, I think we could eliminate all problems and that this wouldn't even be an issue if it was 50-50. Just split it down the middle. Then guys don't have any expectations. They didn't have to spend a bunch of money. You equally spent the same amount of money. You're both equally getting the same thing out of the experience. So it's just easier to get a bottle of Jergens and stay home. cheaper too, and I don't feel as rejected. Jergens has never made me feel rejected. Been using it for years, think it's a great product, and I would definitely endorse Jergens. What do you think? Am I a chauvinist, barbaric, sex-crazed male? Let me know in the comments section below. If you did not like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs down button and let me know in the comment section why. It would help me to improve content and be very informative. This channel is sponsored through the generous donation of patrons. If you would like to help this channel out and get exclusive content, including my daily journal entries, check it out. The link is in the description below. I don't know what you're waiting for. We are going for 500, 1,000, 5,000 subscribers, then the world. We are taking over the world one subscriber at a time. You do not want to be the last one to subscribe. It's going to be awkward, weird. Also, you do not get all of the benefits that you would if you were to subscribe today. It has never been easier. The subscribe button is right there. Click it. Become one of us. Until next time, keep on keeping on.